we are calling for justice for all victims of police violence. Mic check, mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check. So thank you guys for tuning in. And like my brother Ben just said, this is West Wansey 495. This is day 3,465. So this is a very long time that we've been fighting for accountability, not just for my big brother Tyrone West, but literally for all the victims of police brutality and or murder. And I'm sorry that I didn't advertise in my announcements this evening that we would be having a special guest, and that is my sister Kia. Her brother Benjamin Tyson was murdered. I had her on here numerous times, but she's going to be coming on and joining us as soon as my brother Ben plays the video that we see week after week. So please watch this video and stay tuned. We'll be back with you guys. Thank you. Mic check.
Mic check.
Can't stop. Won't stop. Till killer cops are in cell blocks. Can't stop.
The following newly released video portrays an incident of assault and violence at the hands of police. Viewer discretion is advised.
I suggest you back the fuck up. No.
Why would you say
This is Baltimore City Police Officer Jorge Bernardez Ruiz. In a newly released video shot in 2016, Ruiz is seen with his knee on the back of an unknown man with a gun pointed at the man's head. His message was a clear one. Concerned onlookers, adhere to my dictates or else. Here, we can hear Ruiz saying to Baltimore residents,
I suggest you back the fuck up. No.
It is documented that Baltimore police officer Jorge Bernardez Ruiz is a repeat violent offender, even without access to all complaints against Ruiz, undisclosed by BPD Internal Affairs records. 6 cases involving Ruiz are known. This video will briefly highlight 6 total cases beginning in July of 2013. Case 1, Abdul Salam, July 1st, 2013. Here Salam is seen victoriously smiling in celebration after the jury found Ruiz and 2 other cops liable for brutality against him. However, because the trial was civil, not criminal, Ruiz was not fired and he did not go to jail.
Police profiled me. They followed me in the back of my house, harassing me. Police proceeded to violently and hostilely approach my van with me and my son in it. As I announced, this was my home, guns drawn. Once they reached my vehicle, they violently pulled me out, ramshacked my vehicle with my 3-year-old son strapped in his car seat, threw me against the gate, slammed me repeatedly, picked me up by my feet, and while I'm upside down, they proceeded to drop me on my head, hog-tie me, and immediately when I fell on my head, Ruiz, in a wrestling type of action, and kind of hit his knee against my neck. I was arrested. I had no idea what I was being arrested for. My son is scarred to this day. He remembers the incident as it happened yesterday. When he talks about it, he always refers to Daddy being on the floor with police yesterday.
Case 2, Darrell Harris, profiled, as seen in this video, July 17th, 2013.
Yeah, Sid, what's wrong with it? Improper way with it. There's no such thing as an improper way.
You gonna tell me my job, bro?
I know the law.
Are you gonna tell me the law?
I know the law.
You gonna tell me the
I know the law. What's the problem? You giving me a ticket? You need my license registration?
Yeah, let me get it up.
Profile, y'all use the seatbelt as a reason. Profile.
So, do me a favor, take out your keys.
Yeah, you can record for what? Nah. I don't feel safe right now. Do you want me to step out the car? Do you want me to step out the car? I'll step out the car. Call the police, man. What do you call a supervisor? I won't do shit. This is getting uploaded to the internet right now. Yeah?
And we are 2 law-abiding citizens that we are getting targeted, and I don't know why.
Just 24 hours later, Bernardez Ruiz played a leading role in the police killing of unarmed Tyrone West. Case number 3, the murder of Tyrone West, July 18th, 2013.
My brother Tyrone West was brutally murdered on July the 18th, 2013.
In both of these cases, when you look at the pleadings and the harsh language of these officers that have been quoted to me by reliable witnesses, the N-word.
And Killer Ruiz and Killer Chapman and the rest of those 11 or 15 killers, including David Lewis, took something from my family that they could never give us again. And that was my brother Tyrone West, one unarmed man who was brutally murdered, beat to death in broad daylight. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check. Yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in. And before I bring my sister Kia on, I just wanted to say real quickly, just by me reflecting back on the video that we played week after week, and me hearing Killer Ruiz say, back the F up, right? Because I don't want to use profanity. But nevertheless, for him to say that, you know, you have to listen to what people say. He said, I suggest you back the F up. And he just kept saying that over and over again. And it seems like anybody that can help my family is backing all the way up. And it's utterly ridiculous. Like, we're going on almost 10 years. This summer will be 10 years, literally. Like, we're at 495 weeks of continuously nonstop fighting for accountability, and we still haven't received it yet. And it just makes me really sad, and it breaks my heart. And it's so sad that families have to be put in a position that when they see other families get accountability, they're happy, but it's like bittersweet, because they're like so happy that the other families or person is getting, you know, their accountability and things of that nature. But then you feel so sorry for yourself. You feel so sorry for your loved one, and that puts you at a place of feeling less than. Why couldn't my family get that type of accountability? When is my day going to come? And it's sad and disgusting. This system, to me, needs to just be knocked down, toward the trash, built back all over again, because it's not working right. It really isn't. And today I did post, and I said it is a historical moment happening, because we, you know, have the first black governor from Maryland, Westmore, and I really appreciate everything that he did for my family. And he actually put a face and a name to my brother, as he was talking about and revisiting Freddie Gray. He actually was able to say, reach out to me personally, and, you know, seen me on the battlefield, been to numerous town hall meetings with me, and said, you know what, I want to talk about your brother. I want to bring Tyrone West to the conversation as well. And I will never forget that. I will never forget that. But my whole thing with it all is, it don't even just stop at, you know, the mention of my brother in a book. It doesn't even stop at when I get an award for something. To me, the biggest day, the biggest award will be when I get accountability. And that's putting these killer cops in the cell block. Anything short of that is no justice. And I will never have peace. I just want to be clear, because we keep getting murdered, and the system keep playing with us. They'll do something, you know, it's unbalanced. Just like the scales of justice, it's unbalanced as I don't know what, and it's horrible. You know, in one breath, you know, we just heard, and I was so disgusted, going to sleep, hearing that poor Darnell Rochester's family would not be receiving any type of accountability. Like, oh, nope, not going to do it. Like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, they always make up reasons that why they want to protect these killer cops. This baby, this 18-year-old baby that should have been graduating from high school, this 18-year-old baby that should have been with his mother. Mind you, that is her only child, okay? Let's be clear. That was her only child, and to be murdered in such a harsh way, as if we didn't see the video. We saw the video. We saw the video. And I can even take it back to even when the Safe Streets guy, brother Tyree Moorhead, was executed. We saw the video of you executing our loved ones. We saw the video. So it's nothing you can do to try to take us off track of that. But anything that you do now, we are watching, and it's just like horrible. Like, so I go to sleep, and I'm like, I couldn't even go to sleep. I'm gonna be honest, I think I got an hour sleep, tossing and turning, because I know how that pain feels. I know how you wait for like certain people to get in office, or anybody. You don't give a damn if it's Ronald McDonald. It could be Ronald McDonald. You wouldn't give a darn, because you're tired of the foolishness. You're tired of the dog and pony show. You just want accountability. And then for people to keep turning their back, pushing us away. Oh, go speak to this one. Oh, you go do that. That is disgusting. And the way Greg Bernstein did my family, and not just my family, Anthony Anderson family, the list goes on. He was a racist piece of trash. A racist piece of trash. And I did everything in my power, just having a voice, just to say, please do not vote this piece of trash back into office. Like, literally, like, he sat and disrespected my family in such a horrible way. Had the nerve when my auntie, that I look at like a mom, fell to pieces. My Aunt Diane, my Aunt Emma, both of them are my moms, and when they both fell to pieces at hearing, within 2 minutes of our conversation, of us sitting in his cozy big office that holds 25 family members, he subject the West family to only bring 5 family members, including myself. How disrespectful was that? We waited 154 days to be disrespected by Greg Bernstein getting called in the office. We're like thinking, we're being hopeful, because we're hearing that there were video footage out there. We're hearing all of this. So I'm thinking like, yes, this is the day we're going to get some type of accountability. And for this piece of trash to bring my family in there, and he's sitting there with this grim look, this smirk that I will never forget. Every time I hear this man's name, I see that grin that he had on his face, that disgusting, evil grin that I will never forget, when he told my family, he asked us all of our names. He made half of my family, like at least 45 members of my family, wait outside, and half of them went home because they were tired of waiting outside, in the cold type of thing. So they left, and I'm like, I'll call you, I'll text you, this, that, and the third. But nevertheless, within 5 minutes after he got us to introduce ourselves around his table, he looked at us and said, well, I'm just going to be honest and transparent. I'm not going to prosecute any of the officers that murdered Tyrone. And we're like, wait a minute. And I'm in my mind like, he's using the word murdered, but yet you're not prosecuting. You know it was murder, but you're not prosecuting. And I go, why? And he was like, this makes good for a civil case. He said, but I'm not going to prosecute anybody. Like, I didn't, see any physical damage, going over his autopsy. All this full lies. And then when both of my aunties got up to run out because they were like ready to vomit, they were sick, like physically sick, shaking, all that. You could just imagine that you hearing that nobody's going to be charged with murdering your loved one. So they get up to run. And he look at me and he say, excuse me, Miss Jones, you gonna go with him? I said, do you see me moving? And I told him, I said, look, before I get out this seat, I'm gonna tell you, don't get comfy in that seat, because I promise you, buddy, election time is coming and you're about to be out of office. I promise you that. I give that to my brother in God. I promise you, you will be out of office. And I'm gonna make this promise to any of these elected officials, lottie-dottie or anybody. If y'all play our loved ones and y'all don't do your jobs, y'all will be held accountable. Because at the end of the day, We're not asking you to break no rules. We're not negotiating. We're just telling you simply to do your job. If someone was murdered, it should not matter if they were murdered by someone in a uniform. And to me, that's the most harsh crime ever. You know why? Because at the end of the day, on July the 18th, 2013, when my brother was in an awkward position, he didn't even know why he was being pulled over. Chapman and Ruiz were in an unmarked car. You know, this is when they had the zero tolerance, which I think is probably ready to come back, if it's not back yet. But nevertheless, they stalked my brother literally about a half a block. He didn't even really know that they was being followed. Him and his passenger was being followed. But nevertheless, once he realized that they were officers, he literally turned on the console in my car, put his hands out to let him say, hey, I'm an unarmed man, and asked them, why are you doing this? And immediately, Ruiz started pulling him out by his hair and said, this is what we do to you N-words. Witnesses, eyewitnesses, credible eyewitnesses told me this. You know, and it's just sad and disgusting, but the way he was brutally murdered, and I'm not going to go into it because right now I already feel sick, and I'm not going to make myself sicker by going into graphic details, and I don't want to make anybody else sick. But we have no accountability. Thank God that Key Davis Jr. is home. I'm so happy for him and his beautiful wife Kelly and their beautiful children. God is so good because we've been praying for this moment. But I go to sleep in one breath, can't tossing and can't sleep, and then I'm hearing no charges for the murderers that murdered Darnell Rochester. And then I wake up to Keith Davis Jr. being free, which he should have been free. He should have been, once all these trials and all the foolishness and all the dirt and all the manipulation that they did, shame on them. I hope they sleep good at night because we will never sleep good at night. But the fact that they do a lot of things. So now that he's free, those officers that gunned Keith Davis Jr. down, they need to be charged next. That's the next thing should be on the agenda. And the people in the prosecutor's office that was covering up stuff, and even those detectives, they need to be charged as well. Just like in my brother's case with Detective Delgado that was hiding information, just, you know, discrediting certain witnesses, all this, but let my brother would have killed an officer. Let's be crystal clear, whoever would have been an eyewitness, they probably would have brought a little dog out, a little cute puppy out that could bark or might have had a splash of blood, say, you know what, we're going to use this cute little pup for, you know, a witness. And it's just sad that we had over 32 credible witnesses that did not know my brother from a can of paint for them to play this little Doug and Pony show and discredit them and maybe take a dozen or more witnesses. But even with the dozen or more witnesses, they still had credible, strong witness testimony that my brother was tortured and murdered. Like, and for Greg Bernstein to turn around and say, oh, sad day for you, but go, you know, you got the best civil attorneys right here in Baltimore. I said, I don't give a damn about no damn blood money. Is you serious? You can take that and stick it and shove it where the sun don't shine. But I guarantee you, you're going to be out of office, and that's exactly what we did. So I said all this to say, before I bring my sister Kia on, she has no accountability. Timothy Flemings still don't have accountability. His sister, Angela, my sister, still don't have no autopsy report. And we're talking about a whole year something that went past. Like, are you kidding me? Like, this is ridiculous. The stuff that they are allowed to do, and ain't nobody checking them. Everybody, just like Louise told them, back the F up. Excuse my language. Right now, everybody is backing the F up, being on their side, turning a blind eye, all that. And it's really sad and disgusting. But no further ado, I hate to bring my sister on in such terrible terms because I wish I could be bringing her on for a great announcement saying that, yeah, I finally got accountability for my brother. But unfortunately, that's not the case. But no further ado, I'm going to bring my sister Queen on, Kia. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
She came on for a moment and then her signal dropped. Oh, there she is.
Oh, awesome. Hey, sis, mic check.
Nope, she just dropped completely.
It's interesting how, and that's why I say I had a great conversation with my brother Ben on how I don't trust no type of social media. I don't trust Signal. I don't trust none of that. Like, I don't trust any of these platforms, none of them, because if the fans can work it, why can't they watch everything we do? It's just really sad, but I think she's back on now. Yes, sis, mic check, it's your turn. I'm sorry, Queen, we can't hear you, or at least I can't.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. The floor is all yours, sister.
First I want to say I'm exhausted. I'm tired. That the same thing you said with that Darnell Rochester situation, like that did something to me because we was just down there with Ivan Bates not too long ago, and the first thing that I asked him was if he got in office, was he going to hold officers accountable? Of course he said yeah, because he wanted people to, do what they need to do to get him into the position he in, which is messed up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you giving people false hope.
Exactly.
Secondly, he asked me about my situation, and I told him specifically that I will be holding him accountable because he said that he would be holding officers accountable and he'll be willing to look into my brother's case. So I'm definitely gonna hold him accountable for that. The third thing I want to say is the lawyers that we be dealing with. I feel like they feel like I don't know how to explain it in layman terms, but in my way of saying it, I feel like they don't give a damn. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like it ain't their people, so they ain't feeling you know what I'm saying? They ain't willing to work as hard as if it was their people or whatever. Like I had the lawyer tell me that she needed $500 and something dollars because the state's attorneys is trying to charge her $500 and something odd dollars to receive the body footage that was free to the public, right? Wow. And documents and information that she would need to move forward with the case. Then my thing is, if your officers feel as though they not in no wrong, why do they send us through so much stuff to get what we really need?
Exactly.
I feel like they think I'm never giving up. You feel me? I don't care how hard it is. I don't care if I don't care what the situation is. I'm not giving up. You feel what I'm saying? So if that's what they waiting for, they dig in the water. You feel me? I feel like I shouldn't have to pay $500 for nothing. That should be free. That should be given to me, especially if the lawyer asks for it. You feel me? Like that's ridiculous. You can't get nobody down the state's attorney's office on the phone. That's crazy. Then when you do call, it's a lady that answers the phone. She's so ignorant. It's ridiculous. It be like your own people. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's not like it's like it be your own people. You feel me? Like that'll set you up and like do anything to you. Like I feel like the lawyer would have read everything that I sent that she asked for as far as the autopsy report and the information I had got. As far as my brother was concerned, it's so many inconsistencies. If she would have read it, she would have been like, oh, all right, yeah, it's something not right. But I guess because it's not $10 for, or she feel like she may not win the case. You feel what I'm saying? She like, well, I ain't willing to take that chance to come out of my pocket. And I'm like, oh, you supposed to be one of them attorneys that you don't pay nothing unless you win. But now I see the game. You get what I'm saying? So I'm mad. I get it. You get what I'm saying? I just got to work harder to do what I gotta do to get what I want, which is crazy.
It is. It's ridiculous.
I feel like they sit and watch footages. They see how people getting killed. They see exactly what's going on. But yeah, and still they'd be like, oh, we're not gonna hold these officers accountable. But my thing is, if it's one of their children or one of their nieces and nephews, they be ready to burn down the streets of Baltimore because they're going to feel like they want justice for their people. And I don't like that. You feel me?
And that's the truth. And you touched on a key point that I just wanted to touch on. It is always our own people. It's always our own people. And I'm so sorry I didn't, hit you up when I went to that town hall meeting, the Dog and Pony show. And it truly was the Dog and Pony show, because the fact that you have now, and I feel like my family played a crucial part in the way that they do these town hall meetings, because we used to shut them down. We used to be able to go get up there and talk, raise our hands, say what we want, or then it went from that, you could openly, freely talk to, okay, you got to sign your name up on a book, and then they call you, but we still able to give testimony about what we want to say or whatever. Now let's see the fact, write what you want down, and we're going to get this ex-judge to read it. And she didn't read anything about police brutality. She wiggled and read what she wanted to read, but, I was really feeling good about Anthony Brown. I was really feeling good about Miss Mercedes. She had made some great points and what she wanted to see, and then it was just really sad, like I said, the part about our own people. And literally, like, it was my cousin who just really wanted to, like, you ain't gonna silence nobody who, her brother, which is my cousin, who was murdered on a West Wednesday morning. She wanted to vent. She been holding stuff in, literally going on 2 years. This Friday will be 2 years of my cousin being executed, and ain't nobody working with my family telling us not. So she came to the town hall meeting. She took the mic and took charge. But then everybody and their mother want to be judging her and this and first of all, don't judge nobody until you walk their damn shoes. Excuse my language.
Right.
Don't keep the to yourself before you throw daggone rocks in a glass house. Like, stop playing, because you don't know somebody's pain, and just because you might have suddenly went through some sorts of things, but you don't know somebody's pain. Let people talk. Don't be judgmental. You don't know why a person is doing what they want. They could be at their breaking point. That could be their cry for help. We always so busy want to point the finger and shut somebody up and, this is rude. But ain't nobody giving a darn about the system being rude to us by not even calling us back, leaving us on hold, not even being transparent about our loved ones that are murdered. And there was a mother there who her child was murdered, and she started, after she seen my cousin doing her thing, she started doing her thing. But everybody want to be frowned up. But I'm gonna tell you this, and I want everybody, I'm not telling you, sis, I'm telling the world, whoever want to be judgmental, watch. God forbid if it happened to you, keep that same energy.
Yeah.
Cut loose and have the free right to talk and just vent, and you're not being disrespectful. All you doing was saying, excuse me, and just, moistening how you feel, giving, a good reason of why you feeling. You even coming out saying, look, I apologize. I don't mean to just be disruptive, but I just need to be heard. And then people were, before you judge somebody, your day is coming. Your day is to do something. If you're in black skin, if you're poor in poverty, if you're in brown skin, you are going through something. Even Caucasian people are going through something. We all as human beings are going through something. But let's be clear, black folks are going through it way more. Like, we should not have to, I wish I could sleep comfortable at night to know that, my children who are never breaking the law, who are just, riding around in their own car, going to work, can be safe from Eva. When they get pulled over by a cop, my antennas are up. I'm freaking out because I don't know if the cop is playing Russian roulette, depending on his or her day, if they want to kill or take my child. Or, God forbid, one of these stray bullets that they don't care, that somebody's purging in our community, shooting babies, kids, grandmothers, lottie-dottie, and everybody getting murdered. And all it is just a conversation. And it just carries on year after year, and more bodies build up. But look at the bodies that are building up. Look at the unsolved cases. So I didn't mean to interrupt you, sis, but it's always our people, and that's what I wanted to say. It is. So yeah,
it is. It's just so many inconsistencies. It took 447 days for them to come back and say, "Oh, well, we're not going to find the officers guilty," which we already knew that. We was waiting for them to say that. I mean, it didn't take a rocket science. It wasn't surprising. I wasn't upset. I wasn't anything, because actually I was ready to fight at that point. I'm like, oh, all right, so now they want to play with me. So all right, now I'm ready for whatever. You feel me? So I beat the streets. I do what I gotta do. I get on people's nerves. I call people. I don't care. I do all that. You feel me? I'm never giving up. If I got raised hell everywhere I go, I'm going to get it done. You feel me? Like, I'm never going to stop, because they can't keep getting away with it. We scared too. We can't kill the police and ask questions later. So why should they be able to kill us and then ask questions later? Like, that's crazy. Then the mayor and the police commissioner don't never know what's going on. They never on board. They only be talking with they hear. They never investigate nothing for themselves. They don't check stuff out for themselves. Brandon Scott don't care about nothing but Park Heights Avenue. Like, I'm ready for all of them. Like, yeah, I'm ready for everybody.
It's just sad that even the commissioner with his lies, he kept running from me, acting like he had to go to the bathroom. I bet you got to go to the bathroom, buddy. But I'm
He need to go right back to New Orleans where he came from, because ever since he been here, he ain't done nothing.
He should have been fired all these bodies ago.
Yes.
Like, it's like it got worse since he came here. It didn't get no better. Then he went talking to, oh, I'm going to hold police accountable, and this ain't going to happen under my watch, and this and that, to giving them rewards, giving the killers rewards that murdered my brother. Like, are you freaking kidding me? You couldn't even look me in my face when I checked you on it. Like, what's up? Then I got the camera rolling, Facebook Live or whatever. Like, it's games that they play. It's sad. But at the end of the day, every dog has their day. You see what's happening?
Everybody got answer to God. Like, everybody got answer to God. I pray every night that they don't get no sleep. I pray that everybody got something to do with any police brutality at all whatsoever, with mistreating and killing anybody, don't get no sleep. I pray that God convict them so bad that it give them nightmares, that it drive them halfway crazy. That's exactly what I pray for. That's exactly what I mean.
I know that's right. But again, you see it, like, you ain't even got to pray, because it's something called karma. It's something else. It's something else, because everybody has their day. That's why no matter what, I keep, being humble. Even when I hear about people that's supposed to be close to me, that I trusted in my circle, that's going back, talking about me to my boss. And I'm like, okay, like, all right, where did that come from? But it's used, I'm used to it. Like, it ain't nothing new. Like, it ain't go out of character. Like, people do a lot. But it is what it is. But I'm never going to stop being humble. I'm never going to stop being Miss Jones. No matter how, crazy or not loyal they are, I'm going to still be loyal. I'm going to still be humble. And I'm going to still always speak my truth, whether they agree with me or disagree. I'm going to always do what I got to do, and that's doing the right thing. I sleep comfortable at night. Even though I cry every night because I don't have my brother and my loved ones, I'm ready to bury another family member. Like, it's just sad. Like, it's just sad for me while they're enjoying their lives. They're enjoying their lives. It's sad. But I want to check in real quick, my queen, to see if Marcellus is on, because I see we have so many comments and things of that nature. So I want to check in to see if Marcellus is able to read the comments. Mic check.
Mic check.
All
hey,
right.
brother. Good evening.
Good evening. All right. So starting on Facebook, Bill says, I think in every oppressed group. Hold on. I'm gonna start. Trying to get over to the. For some reason, it's not showing all the comments on Facebook. It's only showing a few of them. I'll try the restream chat. On YouTube, Adina says, many of these local lawyers work directly with the cops. There should be no charge. Smiley says, yes, hold Ivan Bates accountable. From the lawyer. Starting from the beginning, because I have the YouTube page up. So Smiley says, mic check. Adina says, mic check. Yes, in his book, 5 days. Smiley says, Donnell Rochester isn't getting justice from the city. Adina says, the independent review at the Attorney General's office found that there was no danger to the cops when they fired the final shots. That's why the Attorney General should be given jurisdiction to handle the cases they review. Because when they kick it to the state's attorney across the state, they choose to never prosecute killer cops. And she also says, and why are plainclothes units performing traffic stops? Same with Abdul, same with Darrell Harris. They're not patrol cops. Adina says, hey, Kia. Many of these local lawyers work directly with the cops. There should be no charge. Yes, hold Ivan Bates accountable, Smiley says. Adina says, from the lawyer, You're better off getting a lawyer from outside Baltimore that can practice law in Maryland. Justice for Tyrone West. Justice for Timothy Fleming. Justice for Benjamin Tyson. Sending love to these two queens. And then on Facebook, Bill says, I think in every oppressed group, some people sell out and do dirty work for the oppressor. Among Jewish people in Nazi Germany, some Jewish people ran the Jewish ghettos, including choosing who to put on the trains to the death camps. Those sellout Jewish people were called the Judenrat. They were just like today's Uncle Toms, but we will rise up and move beyond any sellouts. Hillary says, most lawyers work with one another and believe in a system that doesn't work. They are focused on winning, not justice. If given the laws that protect the police, they think they can't win, they won't pursue a case. Angela says, the people at the state's attorney's office are very rude. Joseph said, she should run for mayor. She's not just beautiful, but also smart. Angela says, sell blocks for killer cops. Joseph says, Mike check mayor. And Judah says he should have been fired all those bodies ago. So true. Mike check.
Mike check. And thank you, Marcellus.
Mike check.
Thank you. And thank everybody. Mike check. And thank everybody that sent comments and things of that nature. And I agree with what Adina said and what Hillary was saying. Like, the job for the attorneys is to win. Like, that's all they're concerned about. And they wouldn't have ever took my sister Kia case if they thought that they couldn't win. They would have just dismissed it. They're like, So it's just sad, but it's just all about winning and losing. But meanwhile, our families are losing loved ones. Like, we're losing something that's irreplaceable. It's really sad. So I wanted to check back in to see if my sister Kia wanted to say any more. And I wanted to check back in to see if my sister Angela was in queue. And if, Nicole wanted to add to the conversation. Mike check.
Mike check.
That was about it, sis. I'm just, I ain't giving up. You feel me? I'm going to keep fighting. It's tiresome. It's extremely exhausting. But I know that once it's over and I finish, that everything that I done, my reward would be so great because I done what my mother asked of me to do. So I will feel like so much better. So I ain't even worrying. I could be tired because I'm a rush real soon.
That's the truth. And I'm right here with you, praying, sister. And I'm only a phone call away. And I love you, but just stay tuned. I seen my sister Angela, and I want to bring her up before I bring Nicole up, and then we can just take it from there. Mike check.
Mike check.
Mike check.
Take it from there. Mike check.
Mike check.
Mike
Mike
check.
check. Mike check. I just want to say good evening and just send my love and, condolences out to everybody. Just send out some good vibes and energy to everybody tonight. I know that we all are going through a lot. I had a horrific day yesterday. But I got through. But we still don't have my brother's autopsy report. It's going on 2 years. It'll be May 16th. It'll be 2 years. I'm just gonna keep, fighting. I got my sister here with me now, so we'll be able to do something together since she's here with me now. In North Carolina, that is, Shantae is here with me. So we're gonna put our heads together and we're gonna just continue to fight. Sis, you listen. Your accountability is coming for you. I know it's coming. Trust and believe it's coming. Just keep trusting and believe it's coming. I know it's coming. I know a shift. I feel a shift coming. So just trust and believe. Just keep holding on. I'm going to keep holding on. Kia, you keep holding on. Nicole, you holding on. We just going to keep fighting. Mike check.
Mike check. And I love you, sis. Thank you. And tell your sister Shantae I said hello.
Love you too, sis.
And it just seems like the closer that we get, I feel pushed back. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I cry every night because I really feel like I'm not gonna get it. but I'm never gonna stop fighting. I don't care if I feel like that. I don't care if everything is coming at me. I'm still gonna keep fighting, but it's just sad that we have to go through this. Like literally go through all the foolishness that we go through. But I just really feel like I don't know. Sometimes I feel real hopeful, but then I start seeing the gameplay over and over again in Doug and Pony show. So then it just sets
That's
me
the
all
devil.
back.
That's the devil, sis. Don't listen to the devil. Listen, accountability is coming. God is a faithful God, and we know that.
Amen.
We
I
know
know
that.
that. And that's why every time I need you, I pray. And then I just want to thank you guys too for last week for holding it down. Because literally, you know, I'm on the way ready for West Wednesday, all that. And my baby girl get injured. She's still healing up. But that just set me all the way back. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Like, literally. And I just thank you guys for always just holding it down. So that was like real big for me. So I just want to give y'all a big shout out, West Coalition. Y'all know I love y'all. And, you know, hopefully, like you said, sis, our day is coming. But it just really feel like they give accountability to whoever they want. And I feel like my name ain't nowhere on the list. Like they just got my brother name pushed all the way back down, side. I mean, it's just crazy. So I'm hoping that's not true, but it just
God got his name. Trust me, God got his name. Trust me. He remembers his name. He's not gonna let them forget either.
Amen. I'm damn sure not. I'm right on it, regardless of the foolishness. The Doug and Pony show all day long. I'm still gonna keep fighting, and I'm gonna try to do it the best I can. Sometimes, I remember there was a point that when I first got in this sus and never asked for it, I tried my best. Like I never would ever use a potty word, but you get so frustrated. Like that's like your only kind of like source of venting. It sounds crazy, but it's just like you just it's like it's just crazy, man. It make you say potty words at times. It really does. Like so, but yeah, but just yeah, I love you and I'm glad you and Shantae together. Y'all forced to be rocking. So definitely glad y'all. But I'm gonna say before it slipped my mind. Make sure, and I'm gonna talk to you offline, but make sure you go after the medical examiner's office now, because I never knew. And even though I had attorneys, all that, no one never told me. I only had 3 years, and I was trying to go at them jokers from day one. That's why West Wednesday was created. We was out there. I shouldn't have had to go in my pocketbook and get $50,000. I just want my $50,000 back. That was my money. You know, and it seemed like I'm never going back. But no one told me that there's a statute limit for suing them, and it's 3 years. So make sure you do it now. Go after them right now. Do something that I was deprived of doing. And it said I still want my daggone money.
All right, I got it.
I mean, to get my $50,000 back, as broke as I am, robbing people to pay call, I want my money back, and that's real.
And you shall get it.
Amen. But yeah, but make sure we'll talk offline. But definitely, that's the next step for you, because that makes no sense. Like that is, oh my God, I couldn't imagine. I felt like 154 days just felt like 2 years, and I was going crazy. I couldn't sleep at night, so I could not imagine how you guys are feeling right now. Not even having a paper that you're supposed to have that they did when they murdered your loved one. Like they did that autopsy, if not the same day, the next day. So why is it taking them 2 years to give it to y'all?
Because they have about 300 bodies still there.
Because what?
Because they have probably over 300 bodies at the medical examiner's office waiting for autopsy.
That's just ridiculous. That's a whole nother topic, sis. But I love you, and yeah, we definitely gonna
love you too.
Love you, Queen. I wanted to ask, did Nicole want to say something before we go to these sad lists, just for the respect of people's time, because I know we're looking at 7:50 right now. Do you want to add to the conversation, Nicole?
Yes, I just wanted to say to you, Tawanda, Kia, and Angela, I don't care if it takes 1,000 weeks. As long as I got breath in my body, I am going to fight alongside all of you. Y'all are my queens, and none of us deserve to go through what we're going through. That's basically all I wanted to say. I'm just so sick and tired of all of this. Right now, I feel so bad, but I was determined, no matter how bad I felt,
that I was going to be here at West Wednesday tonight. And that's all I wanted to say. You know, I love y'all. I'm here for y'all. And I'm never going to stop fighting because I know y'all never going to stop fighting. And eventually we going to get the victory. Mic check.
Mic check. And
Mic
check. Love you too, Quinn. I hope you feel better. And yeah. So, so before we go to the sad list, I wanted to see if anybody else wanted to add to the conversation before I say a few words before we go to the sad list. Mic check.
Mic check.
Good evening.
Mic check.
Hey, good evening.
It always inspires me that those who speak here are not giving up and are never giving up, and I love that. That's the approach I think that we need to win in these struggles. I just want to announce that the cover, the front page article in the recent challenge is about the fight against Hopkins getting its own armed police force, and also about West Wednesday. And Sunday evening we'll be talking about that article. Anyone wants to join in, that'd be great. And I guess that's it. And I'll be back when it's time to honor those who were killed by police recently. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm gonna give a final, just to see a final check-in to see if anybody else want to add to the conversation before we go into the sad list. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
All right. So, but again, I just want to thank each and every last one of you guys so much. Like, I know words are not enough, but just thank you. And I want to send love out to my sister Kid, because I really know that she is going through something. Like, literally, even though my fight is damn near 10 years, right, it still hurts like yesterday. But her fight is so new. Like, she just walked into this club that she never signed up for. And I'm just praying for her. I'm going to fight for her. Even when she don't have the strength, she ain't got to worry about Nico. You ain't got to worry about whenever you don't have the strength to come with my sister Angela. None of y'all ain't got to worry about it. Because like my brother Abdul called me the Energizer Bunny, I'm going to muster up that energy. And by all means, and I'm going to fight for us. And it's never going to stop. It's never going to stop. They thought it was, oh, well, they're just out here now because this. No, we still out here, and I have, things will be going back, guys, in the streets soon. So I'll be making upcoming announcements. And as you heard, tonight was week 495. So we definitely have something big planned for the 500th West Wednesday. So I'll be keeping you guys posted. Once we get all the final details, I will definitely keep you guys posted. And I want to see everybody be a part of that, because it's really important, because nobody should have to fight this long. And it's not just my fight. This is all about fight. Like, I don't just go out there just saying justice for my brother Tyrone. Never did that. Even when I never forget when I met our sister Queen Kelly, when she first hit me on Facebook, and I heard the horrible news of what was happening to her now husband. And at the time when they were, just a big, beautiful couple. I felt so sorry, and I never thought I would see the beautiful day that Keith Davis Jr. would be free. But I also want to see the day that Kevin Jones' family get accountability, because I know how that feels, waiting for accountability for your loved one. Because my family's still waiting for accountability for my cousin Tavon Anderson. On this Friday will mark 2 years of my cousin that stood on the front lines with us, sometimes seen and unseen. He would sometimes just ride past and watch me and make sure I was good. My cousin Sheep is no longer here, and I'm trying to hold my whole family up because this thing turned us up. I never thought I would be on here talking about my cousin in the past tense. Like, this is unreal to me. All this is unreal. Like, everything that I've been seeing and just everything. Like, literally, I remember coming to West Wednesday when I would see married couples in the movement that are now separated, that moved on, got new wives, new husbands, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I guess life happens, but I done seen a whole lot within these almost 10 years, and it's just unreal. But we're going to keep fighting, and we're going to be back out in the streets again, like I said, for after the 500th West Wednesday. I'm going to start doing it, you know, once a month outside and then taking it up a notch each time and to finally just be back out in the streets because that's the part I love. I don't care about the weather. That don't affect me because they don't care about us when they murder us. And speaking of murder, unfortunately, we have a two sad lists tonight, which it don't make you comfortable being on nan one of them. Rather it's community violence or this unknown purging that's happening. You know, children can't even stand outside and go across the street from their school. And I just remember being in high school, you know, going to Merville and then saying, hey guys, let's walk down to Sonny's and grab, you know, some wings and some fries and come on back to school. That would be like the highlight of our day, going to the restaurant, then coming back to school with our classmates. By the time we hit school, the whole food gone, but just the feeling of us going out there talking and being happy and, you know, just chilling in school and learning and things of that nature. Now you can't even go to a restaurant across the street from your school and people are getting murdered. Like, it's just disgusting and it's so sad. But again, we're going to take 2 minutes, guys, and I appreciate your time. I know we're running over a little bit, but let's take 2 minutes. If you're one that's, you know, faithful, that you believe in God and you want to pray, this is your time to say prayers, please. And then just ask God to lead us the right way and to fight this, because prayer without work is nothing. And if you don't pray, that's fine as well. Send positive, only positive vibes through the network, just all over West Wednesday, all over to these families, because these are family members. Once you get a call, you don't even have to get a call. Like literally one of my aunts just passed away. No sign, no warning, and I'm praying for my cousin. I'm praying for my cousin LaTonya. I'm praying so hard for her. I'm praying for her brother Clinton and Clayton and my cousin Speedy. I'm praying so hard for them because I know how it feels to lose a father, and I know how it feels to lose a mother. And unfortunately, my brother, and the list goes on. So I'm just praying, guys. So right now, let's just take 2 minutes, guys, just to say a prayer or send positive thoughts in the atmosphere. Mic check, starting now.
Mic check.
Thank you guys so much for your positive thoughts or prayers. Thank you so much. Definitely appreciate you guys. So With that being said, I'm gonna hand the floor over to Brother Brian. Mic check.
Mic check.
Yeah, thank you, Twanda. You know, it's so hard and so sorrowful to listen to the troubles that you know, and the pain that you all folks are going to, but it's also so inspiring to hear, you know, your words of courage and your resilience, as well as the people who, you know, in the comments and so forth, who are here telling you they're here to support you. And that's why we read these lists, because solidarity is our greatest weapon. And it's not morbid curiosity. It's not, you know, fascination with death. It's solidarity for the victims of suffering. And so in that spirit of solidarity, I'd ask you to echo back the names of the people killed here in Baltimore over the past week or so. Dustin Davis, 32.
Dustin Davis, 32.
Corey Hopkins, 39.
Corey Hopkins,
39.
Jim Bailey, 26.
Jim Bailey,
26.
Aaron Dorsey, 18.
Aaron Dorsey, 18.
Joseph Kawa, 18.
Joseph Kawa, 18.
Ronnie Gibson, 37.
Ronnie Gibson,
37.
Quantez Henson, 23.
Quantez Henson,
33. Oh, excuse me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Brian. Definitely appreciate you. Next, I'm going to bring on our Uncle Bill. Mic check.
Mic check.
Since West Wednesday last week, the database from the Washington Post has only added another day and a half, and that day and a half, the police killed 5 people around the United States, most of whom have not yet been named. We'll uphold them the best we can. The first on January the 10th in Kent, New York, a man who has not yet been identified.
Cell blocks for killer cops. Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe. Also on the 10th in Stockton, California, another man who was not yet identified.
Cell blocks for killer cops. Ashe.
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 In Auburn, California, another man not yet identified, once again on January the 10th.
Cell blocks for killer cops. Ashe.
Ashe. In Nassau County, Florida, 47-year-old woman killed on January the 11th by police, Donna Dale.
Donna
Dale.
And the last person that we're honoring this evening, whose life was stolen by police, it was in Hampton, Virginia on January the 11th, and this person has not yet been identified.
Cell blocks for killer cops. Ashe.
Ashe. Mic check, and good night, everyone.
Mic check.
Thank you, Uncle Bill. So I just want to thank each and every last one of us. I want to start off by thanking our brother Benjamin for being here tonight, hosting, making sure we get it out there. And again, I wanted to rewind again and give you guys a big special shout out for last week. Even when I was on for 2 minutes, you guys kept it going. Thank you, Nicole. You guys kept it going. Definitely, truly appreciate that. And thank everybody for, you know, commenting, watching, and just tuning in, because at the end of the day, this is our life. Like, we are really living through this pain, and I don't wish this on anyone. And when I thank my sister Kia tonight for coming on, and I'm only a phone call away, my queen. Angela, I'm only a phone call away. Nicole, I'm only a phone call away. And anybody going through something, I'm only a phone call away. So just remember, live to love to live. Make sure you watch the video and keep the words of that Ruiz said in mind. He told them just back the F up. back the F up, and it's unfortunately that everybody is on this side. They're backing up, acting like they don't see what's going on. But we see what's going on. And I'm praying with all these new elected officials that we will have change, that they will do the right thing. We're not asking them to bend any rules. All we're asking them to do your job. Every family deserves accountability. So remember, live to love, love to live. We can't stop, we won't stop until killer cops are in cell blocks. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
And Mr. West begging for his life, and Mr. Salam begging for his child to be excluded and comforted from what was taking place. Not for himself, but for his 3-year-old child.
Case number 4, Adina Britt and family, September 10th, 2015.
My name is Adina Britt, and I wanted to submit a 30-second testimonial that Jorge Omar Bernardez Ruiz is one of the 11 terrorists that came into my house performing a home invasion in September 2015, terrorizing my entire family and even holding my 12-year-old son at gunpoint. He needs to be stopped.
Case number 5, unidentified arrestee, assaulted in 2016.
I suggest you back the fuck up.
No, why you
Again, this video did not surface until the summer of 2020. Case 6, Thomas McCullough, May 2016 and February 2017.
I heard my front door coming off the hinges like it exploded.
Thomas McCullough says it happened twice. In May 2016 and February 2017, Baltimore City Police burst through his green front door and raided his Pimlico home.
They said, police. They come up, shotguns, guns.
He says officers ransacked the place, looking for drugs, money, and weapons. He took pictures of the damage he says they left behind.
Tell us where the drugs are, the scales, the guns, and the large amounts of money.
Nothing was found. Now he's suing police, claiming officers, including a former member of the Gun Trace Task Force, frightened him, his wife, and father-in-law when the officers conducted what his suit calls an illegal search of his home. The owner of the house tells 11 News after the second raid, he had to replace the front door. McCullough and his attorney say they want Baltimore police held accountable.
There is a colossal breach of trust.
And McCullough tells us following both raids, no one was arrested or charged.
This all begs the question, when will Baltimore City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby see the prosecution of Bernardez Ruiz as warranted?
They were the stopping officers in these so-called jump-out cars, unmarked and so forth, that stopped both the West vehicle and the Salam vehicle without probable cause. And these officers are the ones that also were joined by others, but they are the ones who initiated the stops, pulled both men out of the vehicles, and commenced the vicious activity that was thrust upon them.
And the officer Ruiz that started this attack is still working with promotions. He is now sergeant. But the fact that this repeat violent offender had a history leading up to my brother. There was Darrell Harris, there was James Green, Joseph Green, Abdul Salam, and my sister Adina and her family. No one family deserves to be brutally murdered or brutalized by this repeat violent offender Ruiz. It is time we take action. The time is now.
Baltimore police officer Jorge Bernardez Ruiz is a repeat violent offender. Based on these accounts, in accordance with the law, we, the West Coalition, call for him to be fired, prosecuted, and incarcerated.
We're more than hashtags and body bags. We're more than being 6 feet in the dirt and pictures and buttons on t-shirts. Our lives matter.
For the safety of our city, the prevention of further harm, and the justice for these families, we see no other option.
And again, I'll say, the time is now.